caught it, y'all. I caught it. Last minute, too. Last minute. Hey. Dang. Caught it at the last minute. Day we started. Broken hearted. Every day and night. Ooh. Everybody fishing. Look at that sun though, man. Beautiful, man. Pretty. Gotta be careful. I saw a snake down here last time I was down here. Anyway, what's up, y'all? What's up, man? Up in time. Ooh, I'll be nice. Right now, just like yesterday. You hear me say, I want, you're the only one, girl. Like, you're the only one I love. What's up, everybody? Family, friends, enemies. Don't compare. Time to will be out of your head. I don't care what they say. We can take the truth this away. Here come that wave. Ain't it so out of time? Whoa, ho! Ow! Got me. Dang. Got me good too. Dang. It's alright. I got on swimming trunks anyway. Yeah, girl, took some time, real with myself. Just watching the sun go down, man. I tried to get here a little earlier, but time. But when you find it, you stay together. I ain't trying to sing, I'm just messing around. People looking at me all crazy. But I'm just cool though, man. I'm just trying to get this peace of mind, man. Watch the sun go down. Listen to a little music. You know, therapy. My therapy anyway. That's it. So, trying to wait for it. It's almost gone down. But I'll turn back to me. And I'm sweating a little bit, but I'm good. It's all love. Try to let y'all see why I was going down, but it's almost over the trees now, so. I never knew such a day could come, and I never knew would be like fun. I never knew that my heart was so. Now that I'm here, I know for sure. Yeah. I never knew the look in your eyes. Yeah, it's humid out here too, though, man. But nah, oh, they fishing everywhere. Oh, they fishing everywhere today. But nah, I'm cooling, man. I'm trying to get some of this peaceful time, man. Everybody out doing their thing, man. Hope everybody's safe. Everybody enjoying themselves, doing whatever they doing. But me, this what I'm doing. You know, it's my old hood. It's Palm Park there. I know there's a lot of people probably there. My man Joe doing something for the Generals Foundation for giving back at Sea Pleasant. And a lot of other things, wine festival, a whole lot of other things. But man, the week that I had of the news, the bad news, and just how drained out I've been, man. The month of July was already stressful. I come into July like with the same intensity of last month, and you know, pretty much of the whole year so far, man. The whole year has been like almost a complete disaster. But you know, I'm a say this, because although it might be a little cliche, but I'm still gonna count it all joy, regardless of, you know, what's been going on in my life or what's around me, or just the things that I've been hearing in retrospect to the people I love, and just a lot of stuff that everybody dealing with. I'm just gonna count it all joy anyway, because like I always say, man, every day above ground is always a blessing, man. So people talking about living their best life now. I'm only concerned about living my blessed life now, because I'm blessed. We all blessed, man. It could be a lot worse than what it is. Even though everything sometimes seems like it's crumbling and falling apart, man, you know, it could be a lot worse. I talked about this before. You can go into a whole different situation in 0.1 seconds when it comes to life and how things can just change within the blink of an eye. So, but I'm about as water, as you know, and therapy, serenity, and a peace of mind is what I need, and I don't take that lightly, man. I take advantage of that. So it could be 1,000 things going on right now. I don't care what's going on. I care about my well-being. I care about my peace of mind and everything that follows that. And I'm a type of person that I don't wait to be pushed to find peace. You know, like stuff that's going on, and then I want to just try to find some peace of mind. But what I do is, and definitely on the Sabbath, on Saturday, I try to create pretty much a time where I can completely submit to God in a way where He get more of my time that day than every other day. You know, whether it's reading, I read a lot more, pray a lot more, but I take Saturday as to be the day that God said keep it holy. So I try not to indulge into a whole lot of stuff. Excuse me, I try not to, but I pretty much do though. I already pretty much like do nothing. Like I'm not, you know, trying to do nothing that's dealing with no working, and nothing that's dealing with no nothing. I just don't do nothing on the Sabbath. I don't really do nothing. So I may fast the whole part of the morning, which I usually do. I usually fast probably like the first when I get up to probably like about 6 o'clock. Sometimes I can go sun up to sundown. Depends on the day. It might be something important or a function that I have to go to that's important, then I can't do it. But if I don't, if I know it ain't nothing, then sun up, sundown, it ain't nothing but reading, meditating, and praying pretty much, and just researching. But yeah, I stay by the water. Y'all know I keep my music on. Baby, hey, the sun going all the way down. I try to let y'all catch it, but it's gone now. True. Oh, baby. Just water real quick. Gotta wash this, y'all, man. There's been a little bit of snakes down here lately. Darling, I know the things in life are not perfect. When I think you, oh, baby, ooh, that's my destiny when I'm with you. Only place to be, just you and me. My life, my life, my life, my life is so. Where are you, babe? Oh, I've been thinking about you the end of time. Yeah, the sun gone, man. You and I, never, always. But now the day, man, has been again, it's been a long week for me, man. It's been a long week. I lost my cousin, man. Lost another dear friend, somebody else that I knew. That's close to me. They lost their parents. A young lady that I know, her son got killed. Man, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know man. I'm telling you. Y'all just do not know on a daily basis, man, what I have to deal with. But having my own cousin, man, 82 years, man, 82 years of her life, man, having her pass away, man, and I had to be there and to, watch her, man. That was just, it's rough, man. It's just rough, man. But she, she lived her best life. I pray to God I get 42 years of that, But she lived her best life. But yeah, y'all know I'm not indulging to pretty much a topic. I'm just having a conversation and just seeing how everybody day going and seeing what what everybody was doing, but I will have one later on though. I will have one later on. I will go live later and bring up some good content, a good dialogue, and yeah, I'm gonna challenge some of y'all. I'm gonna challenge some of y'all to some questions, man, because I can see, man, y'all, I know a lot of people, with me, I see I see a lot of stuff that stuff now has to be what I've noticed, and I've been noticing for some years though, but stuff now has to be even trending, or it has to be so-called relevant. I mean, it has to be something that people you know what I'm saying, find interesting. But you know, some of the most powerful messages are the ones that are not like, they don't jump out at you. You know, they're in those little small videos, or they're in those places where people wouldn't usually look or wouldn't take the time to, you know, do research or, you know, look at, you know what I'm saying. And that's how the videos is, because, you know, everything is structured off of hate, jealousy, gossip, and drama. So if it ain't got nothing to do with some rappers beefing or some chicks talking about some new I don't know, or some reality show and some celebrities that's get married or getting divorced or something. If it ain't nothing like that, then people's attention span is like the size of a peanut, and they can't even think outside the box, and that's just where they stand. And it's a shame, because it's our people. Majority of the time, it's our people. So, you know, I touch on everything that I know that a lot of people ain't gonna touch on. Then I touch on things where, what's up, Pastor? What's up, Pastor Jay? What's up with you, man? See, you done ruffle the little fellas earlier, man. But you know, one thing about ruffling feathers, man, we don't do this. We don't do what we do to make people feel comfortable, because, you know, to make you feel comfortable type of message is gonna lead the same. We say stuff that's true. We say stuff that's gonna be tough love, but we say stuff that's gonna be convicting. And there's no change if there's no convicting. But at the end of the day, too, though, we can't worry about who's gonna follow the truth. You gotta speak the truth in season, out season, and you have to be, you know, adamant about it. You can't compromise. Can't worry if you got 5,000 people following the false man, the false sister, the false information. You got to stay to the truth. So, you know, I give bigs up to you, man. You one of the only pastors I can say on my page that always keep it 100, always keep it unapologetically truthful. But more importantly, man, you don't compromise, man. You don't compromise, man. You stand your ground, whether it's 100 people follow you or one person. And that's what I do. And I know how the subject about the people that went up, okay, it's all love, but the people was talking about the pastors that went to the White House to sit down and have a conversation with the president of the United States. Now let me say this, because and the reason why I don't really go completely in a lot of times, I got a lot of people that respect what I do, and they know where I come from, so they know me. But then there's some people that don't really know me. They don't know where I came from and where I'm at now, so they tend to, like, they don't really know how to really, you know, intervene with me in such a way. I'm the type of person, man, that I'm not gonna sugarcoat absolutely nothing. And then I'm gonna bring facts, I'm gonna bring research, and I'm gonna bring about things that I know that people don't want to touch, that elephant in the room, that I know that people are trying to duck. But I bring those things out. And I can have a wide variety of things where, as though, I address and I touch on sometimes. But if it's not that important, I leave it alone. I ain't one of those ones that's reaching. I'm not a reacher. If you're talking about a person that's going to reach, you won't find it from me. I'm not jumping on every little celebrities news, no nothing about the president but this particular situation with the president, I didn't want to go into it too much, because it was a lot of people, you know, people. I'm gonna tell you what, people. It's okay to have opinions, man. But when you talk about something that has valid facts and truth, like your opinion don't, like, truth don't care about your opinion. And see, I don't tend to debate nobody, because if they made up in their mind that that's what they're gonna believe, that's what they think, and that's what you just arguing with a fool. You just gonna keep going back and forth. It's nothing wrong with nobody having your opinion, I'm not sensitive. I don't take nothing personal, but it's a lot of people that take so much stuff personal when you have an opinion. But what I'm saying is, I just don't debate. I don't debate. I don't debate on Facebook, but I have other platforms where there's more mature people that have information that's more scholastically, more theological, equipped to have a mature conversation without arguing and going back and forth and trying. Because if you're a Muslim and I'm a Buddhist, we could debate all day. But the thing is, after debate, I'm gonna still be a Buddhist and you still gonna be a Muslim. So we're not getting nowhere. See, Facebook is just about views and to keep going. Nah, I'm about solutions. If it's not about solutions, it's about not bringing the information and waking my people up. I'm not talking about it. I don't care about what's going on in no rap world, no celebrity world, no reality world, nothing dealing with none of that crap. I don't care about none of that. I care about the community. I care about the kids. I care about the elders. I care about the queens. And I'm telling you, I care about our salvation more than anything. I don't care about that other stuff. I don't care who got the biggest bands. I don't care what Nike's coming out. I don't care about none of that stuff. Because that stuff, all that does is keep us in the same place, sheeple, in the same place where we at, just focusing on that. While the enemy just running them up with all types of stuff, just flying past you. If something come up with a new dance, then everybody focus on that. If something come up with a new challenge, if something come up with it's just, that's why don't nobody know nothing. That's why everybody know. That's why, so when you bring about the truth and you try to help them to unlearn that what they've been learned, that's been a lie through the media, from the European culture, through all this other stuff, they be like, no, that ain't, nuh-uh. And let me say this, as I always tell the youngsters, man, that I mentor. Just because everybody does something doesn't make it right. The masses are always going to be the majority of the people that's going to get fooled. The Bible talks about this, man. The wide gate and the narrow gate. So many people going to go through that wide gate because of, oh, well, shoot, I guess it's cool. Everybody doing it. Versus the little remnant of people that don't nobody want to look at because they're going to look at them like, oh, nah, y'all better get with this. Y'all don't know what y'all missing something. That's going to be that's going to be the pickle. That's going to be the pickle to a whole lot of people going down that wrong road into hell. But nah, man, I can go in, man, with so many different. I can go in this complete with that. I'm gonna tell you something. I've never really been a fan of. Let me say this: the panel of preachers that was on there that went up there. I don't listen to none of them. So that's just tell you right there that I'm not really trying to really bring about them in a conversation within my platform because it ain't no use to it. But I'm gonna say this though. Everybody have all these different opinions about where this shit went and why they shouldn't have went and all this other stuff. But let me say this. Let me say this. I understand what the enemy is trying to do. And I understand the people that don't look at this whole situation as a spiritual move. Why they reacting the way they reacting. Now, I don't care if you save. I mean, if you save, if you don't believe, if you, whatever faith you are, we can go on and on and on. But I tell you this though, and so you have to have a wider diaspora of thinking, open mind of conversation, because I could say I'm a Christian and I'm just going with the Christian doctrine and that's just it. Well, I got 9 zillion other people that got a rack of other doctrines, and I understand that. And I stand on what I believe. First of all, I stand on what I believe, but I don't want to have a conversation having to break down my belief opposed to what happened to that White House. So that's why I don't post like what y'all think about this and what y'all think about that. When people start posting that, man, it's just all they want to do is all they really want to do is they want to debate. They want to just, and it's like you'd be debating forever. Now we talk about kids that's dying in these streets. We talking about homeless people. We talking about battered women. We talking about broken households. We talking about the complete ignorance of black on black violence in our neighborhoods. And so let's focus on that, because the government and the pastors, the whatever all these whatever they supposed to be doing, what is that doing? Like for us to sit here and say, man, well, why he come and why he ain't do this and why he ain't do that? Listen, It is what it is. They are who they are. And if anybody have any type of common sense, if John P. whatever if he was, God told him to go, then he went. And the other ones, and Daryl Scott, he's a known coon. He's a known, I mean, just do your research, man. He's a known bootlicker. He's been following Trump. He support him. So I mean, for those that hate number 45, I mean, you already see his message was. You had Dr. Freeman up there. You had all of them, man. You got Jamal Bryant. I mean, the whole panel was just tainted, man. It just was a pickle, man. So I just saying, they talk about reform. Want to go in there and talk. They want to go in there and talk about a specific thing. And well, what's the lady name? Caucasian lady name, Kardashian. She went in there, talked to the president, got the black lady out. You can't. There was no photo op. There wasn't no photo op. It wasn't no hidden agenda. It wasn't no. But see, when you have people like Steve Harvey and all these dudes going in there, and they have this so-called conversation, and it's just nothing really like. Listen, some people shared a picture of them saying that, like an article or something saying that he was going to approve of the Reform Act or something like that. But I don't know that. You know how many lies and people Photoshop stuff that. But my point is this. You go in there to have argue y'all something. Now, I can go into the biblical aspects of everything about the kings being the rulers of the time in the Bible of being confronted by people and how they did things versus the time that just happened in there. Totally different. Now, I can go from when Nathan was dealing with David, and I can go from a point of view of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego when they was trying to when they had to go before Nebuchadnezzar. But everybody's not going to look at it from a spiritual point of view, so I ain't going to take it from that point of view. I just will say this: why would I go to somebody to have a conversation? And I know. Now, listen, I don't know if God told that man to go or not. I can't tell you that. I don't know. But whether God told him to go or not, now you see the results of it. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the response you're gonna get, and I mean, people gonna just lash out and say whatever they want to say. But my thing is this: you know what you're up against from the previous times where the quote-unquote black church, black pastors, and how he tried to say the black liberal what I don't know, whatever that is, whatever he was trying to say. They go in there, man, and they not talking about. It's like the conversation ain't even. Why ain't nobody shut that dude Daryl Scott down for saying what he said? The first pro-black president. He was completely off, wrong. He was just completely off. But for them to sit in there, and for him to say that, and they just sitting around looking dumbfounded. But then all you hear, like they was going to do, and if anybody's seen the whole video, because I saw the whole video, me and a few of my dudes, we dissected that. We went into that. We had a conversation about that. We actually had a conference call about that. And we all came up with the same conclusion, which, again, like I like to deal with people that are on the same, wavelength when it comes to being iron, sharpening iron, whatever. And it was just, we all came up with the same results. Now, people going back and forth and saying, man, well, John P., he was dead. God told him, and y'all don't know what that man, and they did exactly, he did. And the TV camera and the news did exactly what the people said they was going to do. They did exactly what they said they was doing with the photo op and everything. They did exactly what it. So now, I know he said he didn't go in there to compromise, that he didn't go in there he ain't had nothing to lose, and what can he gain, and all this other stuff. I understand that. He got a majority of a white church, relentless. I mean, y'all gotta do y'all research. First of all, don't just listen to what I'm saying. Do your research. Because one thing about me, before I talk about anything, before I go into any like details of something, I'm not gonna always give you the whole rundown or everything. But you gotta do your own research, so you can be able to go back and say, you know what, he was right. Now that's what I did when I first watched the whole video, and I first listened to everything that went on, and then I listened to some of my YouTubers and see what they got from it and what they put together, and then for my own knowledge, I said, okay, God, what is you saying? What is you saying? Give me some revelation on this thing. And then stuff started like coming like that, and I said, you know what, I got it. I see the whole gist of this. God can do so many different things. Could have within that minute of them going up there, but I'm just gonna tell you this, man. Wasn't nothing strategic about that. Wasn't nothing like, until people understand that. Look, Steve Harvey already went and look what they did to him. They dogged that man. And he tried to say, I just want to have a conversation about what. He not letting you talk. And then majority of the time, it's all set up to edit out and to just make it seem like the parts that they put up there was, okay, they listen, it's something going to be changing, and ain't nothing changing. Let me tell you something. That president is in office for a reason. And everything shall come to pass, will come to pass, from the prophetic, from revelation, and these things can't be stopped. People are getting upset about who's coming and going to the White House. Like, it doesn't make a difference. I said all that to say that you can get mad, you can try to figure it out, you can figure it out, but everything is going to remain the same. The plan that's ahead is prophetic. These things are the end of times. This stuff is going to happen. It's supposed to happen. I'm not getting into, as I said, I don't get into wasting my time with if the president said this, if the president did that, and this and that. But I will tell you this, though. We have a lot of people, man, within the black community that are upset. And I'm going to tell you why. And this all I wanted to break down. I'm going to tell you why. You can get these preachers or whomever they classify themselves as to go up to see the president. And I understand everything that's in need with immigration and all this stuff, right? You can get them to go up there to deal with all this, to try to have a conversation about some stuff, right? But you talking about like the stuff that's going on in the community, the stuff that's going on in our community. These preachers ain't coming out there and getting their feet on the ground and doing nothing. They not doing nothing. They not doing nothing, man. Nothing. And listen, I don't care about these little contributions and give backpacks away. And I'm talking about, man, we out here getting slaughtered, man. We out here getting slaughtered, and people out here are hurting, man. People don't have no hope or no trust in the body of Christ because they get turned away when they need help. People looking at them as crazy because they not a full-time member, or they being fleeced, and they getting all these false promises and hopes and these different types of prophetic whatever they supposed to be selling them, and then it's not coming to pass. So now the person has been sowing a seed, has been being a faithful member of the church, and then came on hard times, and now they can't even talk directly to their pastor. They gotta talk to like 15 people. And then you got people in the community that don't have nobody else to turn to. Nobody else to turn to. But the church, from the church I came up in, was big time in the streets, putting in big work, doing work, boots on the ground. But you can go up to a president that doesn't have no will for trying to do for the people of color and have a conversation. Can't nobody change that man's mind but God. You going up there having a conversation ain't gonna do nothing. You seen he's pushed away, blew away every little idea. He do one little thing and people say, oh, well, okay, maybe he might be. Listen, I don't hate that man. I don't follow that man or nothing. Because what I will tell y'all is this. And this is a whole nother level of maturity when it comes to a man of God. I do pray for that man. That man still do run our country. And at the end of the day, I don't bow down to no president. I don't pledge to no allegiance. And I don't follow no man. But I do pray for that man because he's still a human. He still got a spirit. He still got a soul. And God going to deal with him directly. So I'm not wishing him to die. I'm not wishing nobody to go and blow his brains out or something miraculous. If you thinking like that, and he's so-called supposed to have a believe in a higher power or have some type of relationship with God, then you ain't even nowhere near mature as you think you are. Let me just put that out there on Front Street for everybody that's listening, for everybody that's so-called supposed to say that they got this anointing and all that. When you got that anointing, you have the Holy Spirit, you have a mind of God, and this is why I can understand why John P. did it. I can understand why he did it, but it still wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good move, and it just backfired. Period. That's just period. Now the other ones, they already sellouts and coons. That's why I ain't even say nothing about them. They've already been the epitome of Coonsville. So I didn't even want to go into them. And I said coon. I'm gonna say it again. I said coons. They are the epitome of coons. So that's why I didn't even really deal with them. But for him, because he have a large gathering, and it's usually always that large gathering where people have a large influence. He was the one that was going to take the bigger hit than anybody. Ain't nobody worried about no Freeman. Ain't nobody worried about no Jamal Brown. Ain't nobody worried about none of them other people, especially Daryl Scott. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody worried about him because he follows him. He supports him. But I can't, listen, Trump got kids, man. Trump, listen, I can't never say, that's why y'all notice why I don't get, listen, that man is an idiot. That man has done a lot of wrong things, bad things, all in indifference. But listen, he needs to be forgiven too. Because if you don't forgive him, guess what's going to happen to you? If you don't forgive anybody, guess what's going to happen to you? I don't get my life tied up to him. That's why I be like, wondering why people always talk about 45 all day. All they do is talk about 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. Is you going to live your life? Live your life. Get your house in order. Get your mind right. And live your life. If you keep worrying about every little thing he do, he's not going to change. He ain't getting no, like, people act like he's going to one day say, you know what? I'm giving free health care to everybody. Now, if he do something like that, we on to something. But look at the chances of that. That's almost like God saying it's like a camel going through the eye of a needle to get to heaven. He ain't doing that. So, my thing again, I don't follow. I don't let him, first of all, I don't let him frustrate my day. But, I'm going to say this. You said Jonah was told not to go to Nineveh by the people, but God's told him yes. And what does that have to do with? So you talking about in retrospect to John P, the preacher, the big dude? If that's what you're talking about, I don't know. I'm giving you a chronological take about it. I don't know. But my point is, I'm telling you that what he said he went to go do, look at the outcome of it. And it's the point that everybody, all these preachers, that every time they went, it's been the same thing. And I said it in the beginning. If he told him to go, I don't know if he told him to go. I'm just telling you what the backlash may be. He said he didn't. What he got to gain, what he got to lose. I've seen all the videos. I've seen all that. But I'm just telling you, to be honest with you, I really don't care. I just was speaking on it. And I wasn't going to post about it and have no, because I don't really care about that. Wherever they go, like it doesn't matter who went really. It really doesn't matter who went. It's just more people had said something about him because he just opened his church, big old church, and then his majority of his congregation is white. So, people had some questions like, oh, okay. But, man, listen, it's gonna be more people coming to that. It's gonna be more people beating up with him to what's his name, Donald Duck. There's gonna be more people going to see him, and it's gonna be the same stuff. So you might as well. That's why I don't see why people are being so over. Like, you might as well get used. It ain't nothing. It's not gonna change. Ain't nothing that's gonna be, man. You said the people didn't change in Nineveh, but Jonah still did what God told him to do, right? And I mean, you making my point. If that, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you're making my point. I was just telling. I wasn't saying that he was wrong and he shouldn't have went, but I'm telling you what the backlash was going to be by just going. I don't know what God told him to do, but ultimately, you see what the outcome was, just like the last two outcomes when those preachers went to the church to meet with him. It's not going to change. So again, and I'm saying, like, we have to focus on, once again, the things that are important in our own backyard, because that type of stuff, it keeps us off of, like, to sit and debate that. Like, I wouldn't post no question about that. I posted a video of D.L. Hughley with him speaking about it, and that was it. Which I know people ain't gonna look at. See, I know people wasn't gonna watch that video. Now, if they saw it, they probably looked at it and they wasn't gonna respond. But I posted a video of D.L. Hughley on his show, and he broke it down. It's kind of similar to the way I did, but he broke it down, and that's just it, though, man. I mean, and people can have all the opinions they can have all the different types of, but again, for me, man, I'm still talking about the little girl that got killed around Clay Terrace. I'm still talking about the police brutality and the unconstitutional police stops and stuff that's going on these highways. I'm still talking about street violence and neighborhoods that's being destroyed by drugs and all this other stuff. I'm still talking about how the media and how music is infiltrating and poisoning our kids with this stuff. I'm talking about that, man. So, I mean, I understand, like, what's important, and I understand what's not important. And the Bible talks about that too. Like, we can't be trying to deal with everything, get with every type of subject, man. Deal with the things that matter, that's important. That matter, it is what it is. As far as them preachers going to what's the name, I don't follow them or support them anyway. But I just was speaking on it because I knew that a lot of people wanted to post about it, and now, which, like everything that always happens, you could be somebody's friend, and you can have an opinion about what happened, and now you beefing with him, all because he don't like what you said and she don't like what you said, and y'all got a difference of opinion, so now y'all beefing. That's stupid. When we should be worried about the stuff that's more important. Going to some White House and having a conversation, how important is that? You know what I'm saying? How important is that for us? You tell me, how important is that for us? That ain't important at all, because we know what the outcome's gonna be. We know that he's not gonna change. We know that he has the president's mind. He has a hardened heart. So it was no reason to really, like, it's just the same stuff going over and over again. So that's all I gotta say on that. But anyway, today I try to bring out I try to get out here where the sun was coming down, but I got a little bit of it. And you know, today was one of those days, man. It was a rough week for me. It was for a lot of people, man. It was 3 deaths in 1 week that I know of. One of them was mine in my family. So heavy, man. Heavy week for me. And as all the stuff that was going on today, I said to myself, like, man, I we gotta find a way, like I always say, we gotta find a way to make time with God, where as though we can just put everything out the way, push everything to the side, and completely just be with Him. You know, can't wait till Sunday. Can't just wait till no Sunday and play church, because that don't mean nothing really. But you gotta have your prayer life. You gotta have your quiet time. As I said, your prayer closet, or your serenity, or your therapy, things that are gonna deal with you and Him in a way where your relationship can grow. Versus when times get rough, now you want to call on them. When things start to crumble, now you need them. And like, you can't get to that point. You know what I'm saying? It's just this week there's been a lot more unexpectedly a pickle for me, man, and my family. So, but I understand like the shift of the culture and the atmosphere that's going on right now with the hate and how things are going. But I just don't really get into. I don't want to go into politics and things about the government, because it's nothing changing with that. Like, it ain't nothing gonna change with that. Like, everything has to come to pass. And if you know that and understand, hold on, man, I don't know. Oh, that's my tag. I thought someone was on me. If you know that, then you shouldn't really be letting your life flash away, talking about 45 all the time. Now, only thing I can say, it takes a lot. Whether it's a hidden agenda or not, it takes a lot for those men to even go up there, because two things can even happen. It can pretty much rump you, or it can pretty much, or it's gonna help you, or you're gonna help your people. That's why I just think it's never for him. Unless he's saying, look, I want to sit down and we can try to work this thing out with this and this and that. Then I'm going to say, okay, let's get this on. You come to our turf. You know what I'm saying? You come to the church and we sit down and do it. We know we can have our cameras running and we can have a serious dialogue, so you don't just be talking. But to go to see him and trying to get together, and Daryl Scott, this dude is like the coon king, man. Like, he ain't nothing good when you go in there and talk to him. And the panel that was around him I'm not gonna even go into that, man. I'm just not gonna go into that, man. But I know everything that's appointed under God, man, is always strategic in a way where that we don't understand his purpose, but then he's gonna get the glory out of it, and then his will is not our will, so we'll never understand it. You know what I'm saying? We'll never understand that whole process of that. So that's why it's not healthy to even debate it. It's not healthy to try to go back and forth with it. But it's nothing wrong with people having their opinions and having a mature dialogue. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And people are so sensitive and so emotional that you can't say, well, I didn't like it and I think this. Well, I do like it and you wrong, because how you gonna say this, say that? Well, I don't think neither one of y'all, both of y'all have a right to have a good conversation. Why I have to go left? See, you don't learn nothing in arguments. You don't learn nothing in debates. Only thing you learn is self, of how much more that you think you know. Wisdom comes with being silent. Wisdom comes with listening. This is why I was able to be around dudes that's been totally the word I want to use is adept in scripture and spiritually strong, mature, because I knew I couldn't, I had to sit back and listen. Like, I don't know everything. You got to be a sponge sometimes, man. That's why I even argue now. When I know somebody, when they go in an argument, I learned to be quiet. I learned to say, you know what? I'm not going to even say nothing. I'm not going to even respond no more. I'm not going to even comment no more. I'm going to leave it like that, because I know my words, and I know that the words that you say out your mouth, man, you can't take them back. And everybody not the same. Everybody, you can say something harsh to them, and it can cut them, and they'll never want to talk to you no more, see you no more, or deal with you no more. And I'm real careful with my words. I'm real careful with words. I'll ignore a person before, or cut a person off before I say something wrong, to where as though they're like, you know what, you said this and you said that, or I remember you told me you hate me and all this other stuff. Nah. Only two fools can argue. It take a fool to argue with a fool. But it's messed up how we can't come on to. It's mainly Facebook. It ain't really a whole lot of it. It's mainly Facebook. You can't have a mature dialogue because everybody want to be right. Everybody want to try to be politically right, theologically right, religiously right, and they don't even be having the information. They don't do no research. They don't read the Bible. They don't go into nothing. They just want to be sound right. They want to be loud. They want to overtalk you. They want to just try to, and it's too much stuff going on to be doing that. That's why on my page, I don't do no debate. It's a question, y'all go for it. It ain't a question, then I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about nothing. I don't care about none of that. I shut that whole thing down because I'm not about that. I'm about the things that I know that's going to help my people with information, with awareness, with healing, with inspiration, with the things that I know that's going to feed us spiritually. I don't care about none of that other crazy stuff. I don't care about none of that. What's going on in the world of nothing that's taking us away from the bigger picture. This is my whole point. I don't care about that stuff. But I think, man, that conversation, it's gonna go along. That's gonna go a long way, man. It's gonna be about a lot of backlash behind that. So, hey, man, I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't have. Let me say this. Let me take that back. If God told me to do anything, then I gotta do it. And to your point, Tasha, what you were saying about that, when God say move, we move. That's just as simple as that. I don't care how crazy it look. I don't care how it feel. I don't care how it sound. When the Spirit tells you to move on, whatever it is, you move. You can't worry about people. Because again, if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy with Him. So that's another reason why I carry things where I carry even within my page and stuff. Like I don't get into a place where I start to like, oh dang, you know what? They might get offended. I don't even want to say this. Well, there's a whole lot of other people want the truth. There's a whole lot of other people need the truth. There's a whole lot of other people that need to be spiritually fed or need information. But because I think it might be, what's the word I want to use? It might offend somebody, then I don't need to say it. Or I might just don't post it. And God told me to do it. But it could be saving somebody's life at that time. It could be anything. I don't do that. I'm never going to do that. So when God puts something on my heart, it's done. Finito. Finished. You know, I act on it, man. With character and with integrity. So, I'm out here, man. I'm going to get back with y'all, man, on a late night live. And I'm going to have a topic, actually. But, again, y'all, I knew it was something on me. Man, it was a bat on me, man. It was a dragon. I said a bat. It was a baby alligator on me. Nah, man. But it got dark, man. Yeah, y'all join me live tonight, man. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go into some real deep stuff tonight, man. Have a few topics, man. We can have a cordial, good little late night conversation. I just wanted to get down here while the sun was out, meditate for a minute. And that's why it took me so long, because when I got down here, and the sun was in the sky. I mean, you know, it was all the way up. But I had to meditate for a minute. And I prayed for some people, my family, my friends. And then I said, you know what? Now I'll come on and try to catch the last little bit of that sun. And that's what I did. Yeah, this probably was a bat on my shoulder, but I'm good. I'm about to head out, man. Man, this time like this, man, I wish I could stay down here, but unfortunately I can't. But man, I'm telling you, with all this going on in the world, man, if you don't have time to get alone, man, and you'll go crazy, man. Like every week, it feels like I'm gonna go crazy. Every week, it feels like it's like my anxiety amps up like a notch. It's like, I'm anticipating what's next. But this year I haven't experienced this in probably since my brother had passed away. Like 3 deaths in 1 week. 3 deaths in 1 week. Yep. And they always back to back, to be exact. Day after day. Day after day after day. Day after day after day. Devastating, man. Drained me completely out, man. Drained me. But God is still on his throne, man. Regardless of how we want to look at things, and like it's, you know, this life, man. That's why, man, we talking about our best life now. Man, I'm trying to get my best life. The best life is going to be that afterlife. Depending on your salvation. Depending on your faith and what you believe and who you live for and who you submit to. And that depends on a whole lot of stuff. That's a personal issue. So, I know I'm dark. It's black out here. That water, man. See that water? Need a kayak. If I had a kayak, I'd be good. But nah, peace and blessings, y'all, man. Don't forget to join me tonight, man. I'll probably be back on at 10. We go from there. Just having a conversation with y'all, man. It wasn't nothing too deep. I just spoke on a situation about the pastors going to the sit down and talk to the president. And again, man, everybody has different opinions and views on it and all that. I just was bringing the obvious about, you know, how it looked and whatever the case is. Nobody knows what was in the men's hearts and what God told them to do and what God spoke to them and said and do. So we don't know that, but ultimately, regardless of what it was or how it ended up, you know, God was still in control. So we gotta look at that. And again, man, I'm not with the movement of people that's supposed to be men or women of God that continues to bash him. That say they bash him. And I hope y'all watch. I hope a lot of people on here that's watching that are Trump supporters that say, I wish he died, I wish they kill him and all this other stuff. Hey, the only thing that I would hope that would happen to him if it was God's will is that he gets what's the word? That he gets taken out of the what's the name? Can't even think of it. I don't know why it's on the tip of my tongue. That's the only other thing. Other than that, I don't wish nothing. Like he get killed and all that other stuff. I be saying people, man, I'm talking about these supposed to be Christian people, cherished people. I can't stand him and he this and that, he that and he this. And I sit back. I don't know what you're talking about. If I say 10, it means 10. That's what it means. If I say 12, it means 10. You do the math. Nah, I'm messing. Nah, it depends on what time my plane come. I'm in Santa Cruz, so private jet. I got that jet that Jesse Duplantis got. Jesse Duplantis and what's your man and Creflo Dollar. I got that jet, so I should be able to make it home within 10 minutes. But nah, but yeah, I got some under my sleeve, man. I got some stuff, man, that I made a YouTube video last week that I didn't upload yet, but I'll talk about some stuff that I talked about on that. But yeah, I'm out, man. God is good, man. And another thing, man, I always say this. Y'all, and listen, most of them they not on my page anymore, but y'all keep sharing stuff that, what's the reason for sharing something that you're going to talk about? Is it just to have a conversation, or you just that bored? Or it's just like, look y'all, look what I got. Y'all come over here. You know how the kid, look, it's almost like this. You know how the kid, like, where you want somebody to play with you, and this is what it is. I'm gonna give you an analysis of how Facebook is. So I got candy. I got a jump rope. No, I ain't gonna say I got a jump rope. I got a basketball. He got a football. And you trying to entice people like, you know what? Well, Dad, they over there playing basketball right now, but I got the football. So then we start playing catch, and we start like I start getting my man to run routes towards where they at. So they can be like, oh, hey, can we play? Hey, throw me a pass. So now I done kind of got their attention. So now they coming over here. So now they ain't playing basketball. So men's understanding. So the dude like, man, Man, y'all, what y'all doing, y'all? We ain't finished the game yet. Like, nah, man, we gonna play football now. And that's how social media is. People be so, like, if you could be talking about something or you could post something and then it could be, again, trending or whatever the case is. And I think people, because they don't have nobody on their page or they don't get no rec like that, speaking in sports terms, they don't get no rec like that, they don't have nobody that's on their page and they don't really get no interaction. They start posting stuff just to get attention or a audience of people where they can have a conversation. And a lot of times they do it in a sense where they make themselves look dumb by posting the stuff that's dumb. Or posting the stuff about our people that we don't need to be showing. And I say it every time. And when at first I said I was going to unfriend people. I mean, I'm going to unfriend people. I wasn't going to delete them. But you know what? I thought about that. And I said, you know what? I'd rather let them see what I'm doing, but not see what I don't see what they're doing. But then what's the point, though? What's really the point? What's really the point of it? Because we're not on the same page anyway. And I'm not saying you got to all be on the same page. But I can tell you this, y'all, and this is deep. This is a prophetic message to everybody. I'd rather have more people on my page, whether it's 2 people on the same accord, than 30 people that's just on my page just to be on my page. And there's a possibility for them to do something to try to hate on me or try to just do anything. Like, I'd rather have 2 people. I just rather have them not. I just rather because we ain't on the same page anyway. What's the point of them being around? They might take something I say one day and they might Photoshop it and do all this and do all that, all because I say, you know what? I'm gonna keep them as my friend, even though they post wild ratchet stuff and they do this and do that. I'm gonna keep them as my friend. Nah. Now it's to the point where everybody is transitioning. You got to know whether who's who and who's on your team and who's just, God is working on them, that you can still kind of like, you can still reach them. But for the ones that's too far gone, I got to delete them completely. I don't even want them on my page. I don't care. We ain't on the same. I don't care if it's a teacher, preacher, a rapper, whoever it is. I don't care who they is. If we not on the same accord, then that's it. That's just how I am right now. Because everybody don't got the best interest in you, and everybody ain't rocking with you. They just want to sit back and see if you're going to do something where you fail so they can talk about it. So they can go to their page and make post about you. That's why I said, forget the unfriend stuff. I'm deleting people now. Or like complete. If I see them posting some wild stuff, like something crazy about somebody eating a cow or something like that, or I'm deleting them. I don't, because we not even on the same. Listen, and I'm gonna say this before I leave. Write this down. Spirit is thicker than blood. And spirit is definitely thicker than friendship and followers and likes and on social media. I don't care nothing about that. It's about the spirit, man. Them spirits jump off on you, and them spirits is mean. So it's all about the spirit realm. So, with that being said, if your spirit ain't of the spirit of the Most High that I follow, and I'm not gonna say it in a way where we can't have a good conversation, because there's other people on my page, lots of them don't believe what I believe, but we can have a sensible conversation. We can have ideas and a lot of different things where we can come to a conclusion of within trying to help each other. Meaning, the main thing I always talk about, results. You want results? We want to try to do something that's going to be beneficial for the people. And I don't care what nationality you is. I don't care what religion you are. Because we don't have to sit and chant together and all that stuff. But when it comes to you being toxic as an individual, and you being led by the spirit of a demon or something like that, then I can't deal with you, because I don't want that type of activity around me. That's all I'm saying. So I'm out. I'll catch y'all a little later. Peace to all the kings and queens out there. Shalom.